it so we can put it, okay, good. Looks like we're good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is what I like to call this is my cup of coffee in the morning. And so I will go to my activity stream first. So once you guys get leads, if you want to import some leads, Conversion will do that, conversion at support.com. You send it to them in a CSV file, and they will actually put the leads in there for you. So I highly recommend adding yourself to get started so you can get familiar with what's being sent out as far as campaigns and drips and that kind of thing. Nothing better than to know when somebody's saying, hey, why are you sending me this? So you want to see what kind of communication is being sent out. So what I do is I go, this is all real-time stuff you see it on my screen. You should see a bunch of thumbnails. If you don't see it, let me know. But basically, there's a lot going on in these little thumbnails. And I'm going to show you how to get these leads in here in just a second. But I really wanted to show you the guts of this system and how it works. All right. So let's take a look at this first thumbnail. This first thumbnail is giving me a name of the lead, is giving me the house she was recently on 69 minutes ago, and she would see this symbol right here. If you pass your mouse right over it, it was viewed on a desktop, okay, one time. All right, so if I click on that lead, I can get all the details about Renee right here. But let's take a look at a few more leads here. These are all leads that have been here actively 6 hours ago, 6 hours, okay, and it's got the name up here, the one they use to register. And usually if they're hitting this, hitting your site and it's showing their activity, then they've already given a valid email address. All right. Because what's happening here is more likely my system is dripping on Renee, and if she clicks on the house that fits her criteria. So that's kind of how this is getting there. All right. But let's take a look at this picture. So here's T Robichaux. All right. So they looked at this picture one time on a mobile device. Okay. 15 hours ago. Now, why is that important? Just simply because you can see how people, or look, this whole row is all mobile, except here and here. Okay, that kind of tells you the type of clientele that you have, and or these millennials, or the starter homes, or these 500 and up luxuries, and how are those people really looking at at what time of the day, and what are they looking at on what device, and that's also important. Okay. So, so if I come here and I look at Renee, let's click on Renee. Looks like a small delay. Let's look at this lead, okay? Now, you can do a number of things, but I love this little red button right here, okay? What would you like to do? Now, remember, I am in the lead, okay, Renee. I'm not on my dashboard. My dashboard would be here, and that's how I got to my activity stream, right? But look at her profile. Activity, alerts, files, notes, correspondence, and Gmails. Okay, so anything that you're doing, this is the dashboard for this lead. So let's say that I wanted to send an email. Now that's not specific to Renee. I can transfer the lead. I can share the lead. I can change the status, and the list goes on and on. Okay, you can find that link on LinkedIn. You can find the link on Facebook, or their profile on Facebook. Find them on Google. Okay, so here is a ton of things that you can do to manage that lead. Now, how do I add a lead? So let's go to add lead, and then we'll jump right into landing pages. So let's go back to my dashboard. So this is where you'll come in the morning. If you have a new lead, you see this green banner right here? That green banner is going to show up, or just like this. It's going to show up right here saying you have a new lead, and you'll have an arrow. You'll be able to click on it, and it'll take you right to the lead, and you can go set up alerts and what have you. But remember, in that activity stream, when it's telling you when there's a trend of 5 houses, and that's the idea of setting this lead up and setting their alert up, you want to set that alert up for them to get the best opportunity to come back to your site. If you set them up from $180,000 to $220,000 in a certain area in a school in a school district or neighborhood, then if there's no listings that come up, then you're limiting the amount of time and engagement that you have on that lead. So if you know that they're 180 to 220, go down to 150 and go to 250. That way, if the houses that drop in price from 250 to 220, 230, if they get down to that 220, you actually can pick those up. And they would have seen them already, all right? And they'll also get a message when it's reduced. The price has been reduced. So there's a lot of things on why you want to keep that search broad. I never really put bedroom size and acreage size unless it's a real specific of somebody saying, I need a horse farm, 20 acres plus. That's different, okay? More specific. So when I come into my dashboard, I can also do a number of things from this tab. So I want to hit Add Lead. And this is where, so let's say you meet someone in the grocery store and they say, hey, you know what, you're a realtor, we're going to be looking for a house, but we're not ready right now, maybe 6 to 12 months. So I tell you what, hey, that's okay. That's pretty common. I have people in my funnel that look and look and look, and when it's time, they're ready to roll. So you'll add that lead right here. Okay. Now this is important to know. When you hit Add Lead, okay, and let's say we added this lead, and let's say we added Renee. Okay, so there's Renee. We just met her in a grocery store. Boom, she wants to see some houses. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is come right here where it says Weekly Traffic Report. There's another red tab that's going to come up right here that says, I am working with this lead. It's important to each time that you meet somebody and you put the lead in to go put that, click on it, and make it, you'll put them into a client status. So the status changes. So basically right here, there's going to be a red banner right here, okay, on the right of the screen, and it's going to say, I'm working with this lead. You click on that and it moves them into client status. The reason you want to do that is because when the system starts dripping, you don't want the system to start talking about, see, there it is. Yes, I'm working with that lead. Okay, you would click there and it would take them out of lead status and into client status, okay, which will be right here. So the reason you want to do that is because the system is communicating with this person, and the system is going to say things like this, which is going to say like notifications, okay, it's asking them different questions. Hey, forgot to ask you today, are you an investor or are you looking to purchase something for yourself? Now, that would be a little strange coming from somebody who had a face-to-face meeting, right? She's already told you, hey, I'm looking in ABC area, and I'm looking for 150 to 250, and it's got to be a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom. Well, you don't want the system dripping on information that you should already know. That would be a little bit frustrating. So that's a very important thing to do. So when you add that lead, even if it's a cousin, friend, past client, ready to sell, whatever, make sure you go to this tab and put, yes, I am working this lead. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want the system to continue to drip. Now, dripping and communicating is different than alerts. Alerts are automatically set up and automatically given to this lead on a daily basis. So, for instance, this person here is 100 to 150. It's very specific. Now, they can change this if they want also. It's their profile, right? So they're very specific. They can get it daily, instant, bi-weekly, or weekly, okay? So every time a house comes up in this city with this criteria, it's only price, daily they will get the update. So the IDX feed is updating every several hours. Somebody said 20 minutes, somebody said 2 hours, somebody said 24 hours. But I find that it's actually fairly quick. And I'm going to say I'll go with the less than 2 hour mark. So anyway, that's kind of what's happening there on that lead. Now, the communication is a different story. All right. So the communication you want to turn off. And that was that tab I told you about, whether it be on the right-hand side of the lead. Okay, so just a kind of a quick tip on that, because you don't want to look like, oh yeah, and I had my uncle in there and added him in, and all of a sudden, he's going, hey, I'm working with Kirk right now. Hey, Kirk, I told you I want this. And I was like, I feel like a fool now because he already told me what he wanted. Okay, so any questions about that so far? Okay, all good? Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, I'm going to show you guys this landing page. If you've come into a few classes before, I've showed this. It's a very simple process. and I love this. And I also found out since last training last week how to add the video into the landing page, and I hope to get to that also. If you're not into video right now, then I highly recommend it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do on your dashboard is you're going to click landing page. All right, you're going to come here and you're going to always go from left to right because this page refreshes. So it's very important. Now, they may have fixed this function. I don't mess around with it too much. If they told me how to do it that way, that's the way I stick. So I start from left to right. I'm going to hit lead generation. Okay, and you can see it refresh there. Submit button is talking about this button. Okay, so I can change that. So those cells are active cells that we're adding our submit button to. We're going to hit click here for details, or click here for your list. Okay.
What kind of landing type did you use?
Landing type, it was just lead generation. Okay, right there. And it changes back to landing type right here. So it doesn't actually tell you. So, but you can use any one of these. I would highly recommend go and take a look at some of these that are producing the highest. Most of these are home valuations. So if you're not a listing agent, maybe it doesn't work for you. That's why I like to show the buyers, because most everybody works with buyers regardless. Okay, so I usually choose lead generation, and this is where you're going to choose video if you drop the video in there. So lead generation, submit button. Okay, see the list now, all right? And the URL. Okay, what is the URL? Well, the URL is we need to go create that. Now, everybody knows that when I'm on my dashboard, this is a lot of my management toolbar right here in this column. So I can go straight to my website, and this is what you want to do. You want to go straight to your website. Now, in conversion, new tabs open, so I haven't lost my my landing page just yet. All right, so this is what your site is going to look like if you don't have one yet. I'm sure there's some people in here that don't have conversion up yet. All right, so I'm going to go to the location. I like to work Youngsville. That's one of my cities. Okay, so I'm going to go Youngsville City. Now, if you work on we're in parishes here, so make sure you look for specifically what you're looking for. You know, there's a middle school. You can dive down as far as you want to go, but let's go Youngsville City. All right. Now, this is, you know, less is more. That's my little theory, right? So here's single family home. Unless you want to do multifamily, you got somebody looking commercial land to rentals, you just keep it single family. I really don't mess with minimums on this page, is simply because Youngsville is only 15,000 people population, but it's the fastest growing city in the state and ranks very high in the country. But if you have an area of 400,000 people, you may want to drill down a little bit closer. So I'm going to skip all the way down, and I'm going to go to options. Okay, I can do, check this out, in Youngsville, just listed, walkable, fixer-upper, newly built, open house, adult 55, and the list goes on and on. How about houses with a pool? Okay, so I want you guys to think right now. Get those creative juices thinking. And every day something new pops in my head. I'm like, man, I can do this. So we don't have water view, waterfront, but we have houses with pools. We have golf courses around here. Very little horse properties. Somebody have a question? Somebody's mic is live. Okay, so let's choose a just listed. Okay, and then I'm going to click off to the left side. I don't really mess around with foundation. You know, that's, unless there's some specific thing somebody's asking for. And property type, I'll leave alone. Now, you can also put some keywords in there, but again, there's only 7 new listings right now. But how important is this? I'm going to hit found 7, okay? The 7 properties just listed, all straight from the IDX feed from your local MLS. Okay, what am I going to do with this? Now, I can leave it as popularity, or I can do price low to high, price high to low, or any one of these functions here. I like to do low to high, but that's just me. Okay, now I have my search on the screen of where I want people to land on my landing page. Okay, so I'm going to go and grab.
We lost you for about 4 or 5 seconds there.
Okay, so where I'm at is I have my page up that I want people to hit when they land on the link. I'm going to grab that link. Okay, highlight the URL, copy it, bring it back to the third box. I'm going to right click, paste it. I'm going to move over to hashtag. Now, if you think that hashtag is Twitter, and it is, or if you think hashtag is something else, like I did when I first came in, I was like, what is this hashtag thing? Is this, related to Twitter? Well, it's not. Basically, this is a physical file that will tell you where the lead came from. So when you're spending dollars at Facebook and LinkedIn and you're boosting and this and that, Google ads, you want to put where this is coming from. So when somebody clicks on this landing page and they sign in, the lead drops into conversion with this hashtag. So we can do pound, or we can actually just do just listed, Youngsville. I like to do it the other way, Youngsville, just listed. And I know if this ad is working, so when that ad comes in, it's like, hey, people are looking. But think about it. Somebody's looking for homes in Youngsville, and they feel like they've seen everything. The agent showed them everything the agent has sent. Well, the agent's out showing houses to somebody else today. So guess what happens? If they hit this page, boosted on your Facebook or on your Facebook, and they go, hey, there's some new listed properties. We didn't even see this because it just listed about 2 hours ago. All right. So Youngsville just listed. The background is just a choice. Whatever you think is relevant to what you're doing, your personality or whatever. You can pick happy. You can do a number of things. Okay. So that's no big deal. All right. So let's recap. Landing type. Okay. Was lead generation. The submit button was see the list now. And this is the URL that I picked up off of my website. I put the hashtag that signifies where the lead came from. It's a label. And then I chose my background. All right. Now, before I hit save, I want to now create my landing page. So what are we trying to promote right here? What are we trying to drive traffic for? How about this? Hot off the press, just listed in Youngsville. How about that? Okay. I'm just going to move to this next sale. So all you do is just click in there. Now, hot off the press, just listed in Youngsville. Okay, you could put newly listed, whatever you think you can get your point across to. Okay, free weekly list of hot buys in and around your town. Now, I can leave that there, or I can double click and get rid of it. Okay, so be very decisive in what you want to do in these. Take your time when you're building it. As you get used to it, you'll know what to do. But I'm going to leave that there. Free weekly list of hot buys in and around your town. Okay, so if this doesn't really intrigue them, maybe the little title will. Okay, am I really promoting drastic price reductions? No. Am I recruiting, am I driving fixer-uppers and development opportunities? No. Free instant daily, weekly updates. I'm going to leave that there. Unsubscribe anytime. Distressed properties, or I can change this to anything I want. Okay. And I can make this just listed homes in Youngsville. Okay, very interactive. All right, so now I like it, okay? And with the exception of maybe some, I'm going a little faster than normal, but I am going to save this. So let's take a look at it. Hot off the press, comma, just listed in Youngsville. Free weekly list of hot buys in and around your town. Okay. The second thing is free instant daily weekly updates. And again, if you wanted to take that out, boom, you double click and it'll go right away. And then I can put just listed homes in Youngsville. So you're going to have 4 options to put anything right here you want. My deal is to be very simple, put it out there, but you guys try it, whatever your market will work in your market. I think that's what you need to do. All right, so now I'm ready to save. All right, now you're going to get a pop-up right here. It says, oh God, I didn't save it. One thing people ask me every time we do this, can I save that landing page to do over again? No, you cannot. You have to do it over and over again. Now, one thing you can do is go to your Facebook and continue to share it out that way if you want to do it that way, because this is an IDX feed from the URL. It's tied into your MLS, where your MLS is constantly updating. So this list, if they sign in and that's what they want, they can get this list every single week and it's updated. Okay, so think about that. Open houses, just listed, reduced properties, anything or newly built, you can do any of those things if that link is going to be hot as long as they're getting the list. All right, so it'll continuously update. So again, you become the neighborhood specialist. All right, so I'm okay with this because I know what's happening. I'm just going to hit OK. That was just giving me an opportunity to change something. Okay, so here now is the end product. All right, this is what I'm going to be sharing on my Facebook, my LinkedIn, wherever I want to go. Instagram, take your choice. I'm going to tap on and click on this green share button. I've got Facebook, I've got LinkedIn, I've got Twitter. I'm sorry, this is what is that? That's a property boost. LinkedIn and Pinterest. Okay, so I am going to share this on my Facebook. Now, it's very important if you're in your first 30 days, even if you're in your first 60 days, and you have not set your profile up in your onboarding process with EXP, it's extremely important to do that because you see, the system knows I'm logged in and it knows I've already added to my profile my Facebook and the rest of the profiles that I have for social media. That's why it was able to come up like this. All right, so it's identifying me. So what am I going to do? So it says hot off the press, just listed in Youngsville. Now I'm going to hit Youngsville, and you can do whatever you want right here. Again, whatever you think works. Youngsville homes just listed. Okay. A little call to action. Click on the link below. How about this? It's free. Okay. Now I'm going to hit. Now right here is very important, guys. So if you don't want to let all the other realtors that are in your Facebook see it, I created a list for that. So I've got other realtors, EXP realtors or whatever. And then I have something called friends. And then I do public, which includes everyone. So right now I'm going to do public, okay? And this is going to go actually, if you don't have a Facebook page for your business, this is where you want to send these pages because this is where you're going to be able to boost them, okay? So this is going to go to Kirk Brown Realtor LLC. Post to Facebook. Okay, so let me open my Facebook page. Okay, so now I'm on my Facebook page. Now remember, I've got a lot of stuff that is pinned to the top. Look at this ad, you guys. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, that really takes about 5 to 7 minutes. You could do 10 of these, put them on your page, and then go share them to your personal page as time goes on over the next couple of days. And that's what I did the other day. I did about 5 of them, and I just went and grabbed them the next day and put them out there. So here's what it looks like. So this is the ad we created. Youngsville homes just listed. Okay. I'm going to edit it. Homes just listed. Okay. All right. So hot off the press, just listed in Youngsville. All right. So what happens? Watch this. When somebody clicks on this, there it is. There's the exact page that we created. How awesome is that? So they're going to be asked to, this is how you create, this is how you get and capture the lead. They're going to be asked for their email or their cell phone to see the list. All right. And if they don't do either and they back out, then you won't get the lead. Okay. Now, so I know we're going to have some questions from there. So anybody got any questions? Please ask. Anybody?
Yeah, hey Kirk, I got a quick question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
When you were sharing to Facebook, did you have the scheduling tool available? So if I created a bunch of these at night, could I schedule them out through Facebook, or was that scheduling tool not available?
You know, I the other day I was trying to schedule that, and I don't know if it's coming up on, it used to come up on your personal page. So I don't know if it's a function that Facebook got away from. It really has nothing to do with conversion in our company. I'm pretty certain of that. But I agree with you. There was an opportunity to do that. Now, one thing I use too is Hootsuite, and it's a free account. You can put 3 accounts in there. And you can go grab that link from the landing page and go drop it into Hootsuite and make it come up on whatever day you want and schedule it that way.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think a lot of people have big time followings except for these celebrities and celebrity realtors, I guess, that have a bunch of people that are driven to their Facebook page. I've got mixed emotions about Facebook pages. You have to have one. But what I do is I put it right there and then I go share it to my own timeline. So not a lot of people are going to my page. So it's a safe place for me to kind of play around and test some things. But you need to share it out to your personal page once you get it perfected, and then do it that way. And you need that page so you can boost. You cannot boost from your personal Facebook page. So to answer your question, I mean, I'm definitely like tomorrow, if I want to put that same thing out there, the list is going to change. So I'll put it at, there's 7 again, I'll just put it out there again. But the more relevant you become, Google likes you, Facebook likes you, and just kind of keep it going, keep your name out there, and obviously engagement on Facebook is important. So, any other questions? And we can roll over to a squeeze page.
Sure, you mentioned,
Yes, sir.
go ahead. You had mentioned not wanting other agents to see this, or so I mean they're going to see it if they're like on your friends list, and you do share it to your friends list. But you're saying that when you put it on your business page, it's not likely that another realtor is going to see your business page.
Well, what I'm saying is, for instance, I have 200 and maybe 250 likes on my business page. People aren't really just regularly going to my business page, but they're seeing people hang out in their personal feeds. All right. So I created a list for other realtors, EXP realtors, and it depends on what I'm doing. I can do a landing page for recruiting, okay, for attracting people to the company. All right. I've done that before too. So do I really want to send that to people in my, my friends page, or do I want to send that to other realtors? Other realtors for me, when I made my list, is outside of our organization, and it's an attraction tool. So, and it's personal preference. If you want them to see it, that's fine. But it depends on how you got your friends set up in your pages. The only people that are going to see your Facebook page are the people who like it. So I've got 200 and something. That's really not going to do me any good.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on doing this sort of marketing slash advertising on your personal profile? I keep hearing, that's a good way to turn off the friends list if they see you trying to sell them, versus using the same URL for a paid ad in Facebook.
Okay.
I keep hearing you're not supposed to advertise on your personal timeline, basically.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I've watched 4 videos, and all 4 are very, very good, what I call gurus of Facebook ads. And 2 of them say, the Facebook, exactly what I just said about the Facebook page. And the other 2 says, you got to have the page, you got to have the page. No one has ever said anything. I don't know why that's a rumor or whatever. And somebody actually said it in one of our meetings in the cloud here, and said that, they're not going to turn you down, okay? Because really, look, it's your personal feed. Now, really what's happening here is what's bothering your friends if you're giving a list of newly listed homes or reduced homes or a list of open houses, okay? I mean, what's really wrong with that? Now, this is not something I would say that I run all day, every day, or whatever, okay? So, I get engagement from real video, like that picture you saw come up about, when I was fishing at my open house. I mean, people came out of the woodwork for that. So you got to sprinkle those kind of things in there and make sure that those people are seeing relevant stories about you to make sure that you're real. But for a landing page, think about it. This is all very, very important information. Okay. Now, if you do a property boost, it's going to hit, you have to get your target audience. So if your target audience is the people that like your page, then that's where it's going to go and it's going to spread amongst them. So there's settings for that. So
can we use the same URL that we just built for a paid Facebook ad?
You can boost the page, and I'm not certain if that's the same thing you're asking or not.
No, it's something different.
Yeah. I believe that you can because it's a true URL. I mean, it is signifying and it's tied to that deal. But the only way to do that is to try it. I'm sorry I can't answer that exactly,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure you can. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. There shouldn't be any rule against it. I mean, it's a real URL. It's going to take you to that spot. Okay. Because think about it, you can put that URL on LinkedIn or anywhere else. So, I mean, you should be able to do it. When our share button came up, it gave us 4 or 5 options.
Right.
So now that may get into some type of, where somebody may frown upon you. But think about it. If you're spending money on Facebook, they're going to approve the ad regardless. And as long as it's not, I think, derogatory information or anything like that, you're going to be able to fly through that. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You're spending money. You're spending money at that point. That's what they want. So, any more questions, you guys? Okay, so let's move along and let's see if we can find our page again. Now, I like squeeze pages because, they seem to be a little bit more simple and you can drill down a little bit further. Okay, so let's go to my dashboard. And we're going to go to build squeeze here. Okay, check this out. So this is pretty cool. Now, if you are if you're a listing agent, this is a great tool to show during a presentation because we have the single property squeeze builder. Very simple to do. You're going to add that MLS number right there. There's the source and the hashtag. Choose what you want. Like if we were doing Youngsville on Facebook, we put Facebook there. We would do hashtag and then listing ID. Okay. You see this delayed registration? Allow visitors to view just this one property without registering. They'll be prompted to register on the second property page. Now, if you put no there, if you put yes, it's going to delay it. If you put no, it won't, and it'll pop up instantly. Now, there's a rule to this, and this is just my opinion. It goes along with a lot of things, and early on, if I wanted to promote my own listing, okay, and my owner went to see the ad, the sellers went to see the ad, and it asked for their information, it's a turnoff. So I want you to think about that. So if it's your own property, I would say that you want to delay the registration because if your seller hits that page, you don't want it. They understand that you're trying to get leads, but they're also wanting people to click through. They click through one picture and it asks for the information. They're not getting an opportunity to view the home. So you definitely want to take a look at doing the hitting yes right here. So when you're showing your property and you're talking about this to a seller, showing how you can make a property page for their home, and you can do that once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever it is, bi-weekly, on the weekends, whatever. And you can do it as many times as you want. But that gives you an opportunity to promote that one page. Now, let's go right up here. Buyer, seller, squeeze page builder. All right. So we're going to do Facebook, Hashtag, we're going to do Youngsville. Let's see, reduced. What was the last one we did? Yeah, reduced. Okay, you can see I've run that before. Okay, I did just listed. So we're going to go to the city. Now I'm building the page right now. Okay, so this is very important that you put the right information in. So area is going to be Youngsville. And again, I have this choice. Okay, I'm going to stick to single family. Options. Now I'm going to do Youngsville reduced. So I'm going to come down here to financial options and I'm going to go to reduced. And remember, this is pulling the data straight from the IDX feed on the MLS, all right? So I want to attract buyers, okay? Options are reduced homes in Youngsville. And then I can just allow the listings from the search results to be the cover page, all right? So I'm not too concerned about that unless you want to add your own picture. You can do that. You click the down arrow and you can, here's some options here, okay? Now you can use the highest priced or whatever. Okay, so I have just built my landing page. Now that's a squeeze page, all right? So squeeze page, build link. It looks like you're doing nothing, but it is building your link. Now what it did is it pulled straight from my website, which is over here, right? Isn't that cool how all this is integrated? So here's the link. Number of listings found was 41. So if this came up to 1 or 2 or 3 or none, then you may want to change some of your criteria here, okay? But I know it went away right here where it says area, but it's actually in this link. If you look at this link, you'll see the word Youngsville, okay? Bed, baths, and the code tells you what you're doing right in here. All you have to do is look for it. At the end, it says Youngsville reduced. That's the hashtag. All right, cool deal. So build link. I am now going to highlight this link, hit copy, and you know where I'm going, right? I'm going to, this is my Kirk Brown realtor page. I'm going to write something. I'm going to right click, paste it. Now, it automatically populates, guys. So I want you to look at this. Here's all the code that wrote that article. That's a beautiful picture right there too. So it says price, and I didn't have to do this. Remember, I didn't, like a landing page, I had to put the text in there. This one actually created it for me, which I like. Price reduced homes in Youngsville, Louisiana. Now this are all live ads. So as soon as I'm done doing all this, these ads are actually going out on the internet, okay? I am going to take this after it populates. You have to wait for that picture to populate. Okay, now I have my link down here. I'm going to take that code out. All right, now I'm going to write my little post about what it is. How about get the latest homes reduced right here in Youngsville. Just click below. Okay? So, I mean, if somebody doesn't really want to see that, they get to click on pictures. That's what people want to see. They want to see pictures. They want to see pictures. So they're going to click on pictures. And by the way, this is a great, a great picture. So it's a great, looks like this would have come out of Florida, actually. Free, just click below. All right, now I'm going to hit published, okay, or publish. Let's see what it says here. Oh, I can schedule it right here. Somebody asked a question. So there you go. When you hit publish, there's your little drop down and you hit schedule. I can schedule this to go out. So that was a great question and we just answered it. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to hit publish right now. I don't want to do that, but it's trying to get me to boost it. Okay, so there it is. Beautiful. So what happens when you do this? So let's check it out. Get the latest homes reduced in Youngsville. That's awesome. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to hit share. You see the dot, dot, dot? That means there's something behind it. I'm going to go to a page I manage. And I can do it right here. I can share in a group. Now, if you don't do groups, I highly recommend all the little swap shops, swip shops, and all the little trader deals. I see that stuff coming across all day. So share on your own timeline. That's me. I'm not going to say anything because I've already written quite a bit about it. So I'm just going to hit post and I'm going to the public. But right there, I can choose a list. I can choose friends or whatever. Somebody was asking about that. So I'm going to hit post. Okay, now it just went to my personal page. Now, let's click right here and see what's actually happening, okay? So I'm a customer, I see it, I click on it. So what do you know? Here's all the information that I requested. How about that? It was that simple. There hasn't even been a drop-down screen pop up just yet. Okay, so let's see what happens. It was 41 homes. So let's check it out. We like this house right here. So we're going to click on it. Pretty house, 334. I may have to sell this one today. Okay, so you guys get the picture. Now, if they click out of this, let's see if it works. Okay, now what I did is I just saw another house over here, a recommendation. That's what I love about this, man. It's just all this stuff is tied in. So it's recognizing what I'm doing. Okay, now let's click on a picture and see what happens. Okay, still no lead generation. Okay, so at some point, and mine is set, I think, for 5 properties. Yours may be set for 1 property. You'll have to check with conversion, support@conversion.com. And so what's going to happen is they're going to look at this page, and they're getting all the information. Look, I mean, look at all this information that's available to us, guys. Look at this. It tells us everything about the house. It tells us what the property versus the zip code averages. You know, people start asking about comps. I mean, comps are easy, you know. I mean, the system is pulling all that data for us right here. Look at that. Okay. Even got a QVR code right here if you wanted to download that app. So what's going to happen is they're going to click on the pages enough, and then what's going to happen is the lead generation box is going to drop down and ask for the email and or their cell phone, just like it looks on that landing page. Okay. So pretty cool, huh? Okay. Any questions, you guys? It's got to be 1 or 2. Pretty neat. Anybody can do it? Very simple.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, what's the difference between the landing page, the first link you created, and the squeeze page?
You know, I don't know if I can answer it, except that they're both taking you back to a spot. Now, the landing page is going to ask for your information quicker. Okay, so landing page, you know, remember when we clicked on it, it asked, before you got the list, it asked for the for your information. The squeeze page gets them into a page, and hence the name squeeze. I may be making this up, I'm not sure, but it just kind of squeezes the information down, squeezes it down, and all of a sudden it asks for your information, and then it'll capture you as a lead, and then that's whenever the hashtag will follow, it'll drop right into your conversion, and then you start communicating with the lead.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I hope I answered your question. But yeah, and I think that's the only difference that I see.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
We were on Buyer Seller Squeeze Page Builder, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the first question was source. What did you put in there?
Wherever you're going to run it. So Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you want to source it as.
And it's got to be one source, right? It can't be multiple?
I don't think it can be multiple, but I think, yeah, you'd have to try that. I'm not certain of that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and, you know, I really haven't used sorry about that. I really haven't used the Facebook thing about where they were and all that stuff, but I used the hashtag because that hashtag will follow, and that's what you want. That's your file. You know, you want to know if Making It Rain's working, if Google ads are working, or whatever. I mean, you want to know where these things are coming from, because if the open house landing page is working, which I think you guys, if you write anything down today, I would say that the open house is the most important landing page you can get, because you will start driving people to your Facebook, and they will say, you know what, we want to see some houses this weekend, and we don't want to go drive all over town. So you can run a landing page for the whole parish, the whole county, the school district, or whatever that is. But people can go to that page and say, you know what, we're going to look at houses, but I don't want to run around all over. Hey, the Youngsville open houses for this weekend is right here on this page. And you know, we were talking earlier about, you know, hey, do you want to inundate people with that information or whatever? Well, the people who want it want to come back to you. And so that's the most important thing, is to continue to get people to recognize you as a neighborhood specialist or a professional agent in the area that they can count on. And I don't want to get off topic, but that's why I really, really, really am sad that 15 months ago when I started here, I did not take advantage of the WordPress site. I highly, highly recommend you dive into that WordPress, because that WordPress becomes more of an information highway for people and makes you the neighborhood specialist. And I promise you that wherever you are in this country, there are only a handful of people that are doing that WordPress site that gives people the information, the festivals in town, the baseball sign-ups, the local church opening, the schools are off, the weather channel. I mean, the links are endless, okay? So I highly recommend going and do it. Sorry to get on a little rant there, but I'm getting excited about my WordPress site too. So I just started it last week. Yes.
Hey, Kirk, I got in late. I wanted to do this class. Are you going to be doing this again, or is this being recorded?
Hey, believe it or not, who was speaking? Who was that?
Karen
Hey.
in South Florida.
Oh, hey, Karen. You guys won't believe it, but I actually am taping today, and it's going to be on my YouTube channel.
Yay!
Yes, yes. And so I just got on Screen-O-Matic, Screencast-O-Matic. And if you look down here to the left, that box was up earlier. Somebody said, hey, that record button's up. But anyway, you see it right there. And you can see that red around my screen. It's actually taping it. So it'll be on my YouTube. It'll be Kirk Brown, Realtor LLC. But you'll find me there. I've got several videos. Some are real amateur. So, but this is the first one that I actually taped that you guys will be able to see. So hopefully y'all can come there. And I will promote that it's there. Okay? So, yeah, absolutely. Because
Where are you, Kirk?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Where are you?
I'm actually in Lafayette, Louisiana. Is that you asking geographically where I'm located?
Yes, that's what I meant. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. Yeah, I people call me Captain Kirk, and so does Brad, and it's a big joke, but people in my sphere call me Captain Kirk, so it's easy for people to remember, and my name is spelled Kirk, so that's kind of how it all got started about 20-something years ago, and I've been selling on that name for years, so it works for me. So what I'm
All
going.
right, Captain, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so look, when I want to recommend you guys go to YouTube and create a channel today. I am telling you guys that video is the next big thing. Our landing page, and I don't think I'm going to get to it today because I have to go and grab the video and do a few things in there, but I don't want to screw up this thing because I want to show you guys the Craigslist listing. But my point was go to YouTube today and create your channel, because you can also listen to the leadership meetings. If you have a channel or you have a login for YouTube, I should say, you can get the leadership meetings on Friday on its live streaming, and it'll come across your mobile device. If you're out 15 minutes before a show and you want to watch 15 minutes of the leadership meeting, you can do that. Okay, so check this out. So we're going to go over, and this is the thing about conversion, it's got a ton of windows open here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my conversion dashboard. And watch this, you guys. Now, I don't know how many of you have either sold something, bought something, or even looked at Craigslist. Now, every state is very different. Years ago, I'm going to say 8, 9, 10 years ago, I bought a boat off of Craigslist. That's how strong it was. When I got to Louisiana 8 years ago, I'd go to Craigslist and couldn't find anything. So our state was just catching up on stuff. But watch this. Dashboard. I'm logged in. Look. Craigslist post. Check this out, you guys. Now, this is all of the EXP agents in my office in this MLS or listed right here. So watch this. Parkinson's Street, never posted. I can post it right here. I'm going to do it for you. Cordon Bleu, $3.95, never posted.
We can't see anything anymore because your session is timed out.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay. All right, guys, I apologize for that. But basically, you're going to go to the dashboard and hit your Craigslist, and you'll be able to see, just scroll down on your dashboard, and you'll see all of the listings from EXP out of your MLS. And you can post it right there, and pretty much the mouse will take over. All you have to do is log in, you know, it'll come up, the login screen will pop up. You hit login, and it'll take it the rest of the way. And I've gotten 4 leads in the last 2 weeks from Craigslist of people looking, mostly 150s, 180s, because that's the type of people that are looking for some reason. That's the platform they use. 380s, 390s, 400s, 500s. I've heard people, you know, get leads from that too. So why not? If you want to take that shot and do it, you can. But if you just had one deal, and that's free, if you just had one deal come through for that and made $3,000 or $5,000 commission on it, I mean, what did that take? 5 minutes to post to Craigslist? So pretty outstanding stuff, you guys. I'm letting you know that you know, the conversion and all that we do at EXP is just a phenomenal stage. It's fulfilled my juices. I wanted to teach and I wanted to train at my former brokerage, and he says we don't do that. I mean, I don't, you know, then you're going to train people and they're going to quit. But let me tell you something. This right here keeps me going the rest of the day. I'm doing this weekly right now on Tuesdays. So if you pick up a couple of good tips, you know, it's well worth it for me. And so all I ask is to implore you to learn and to have the willingness to learn and get out there. And if you actually have the ability to get on here, and everybody does, and teach somebody else something, that's what this company is all about. Because when we get to 50,000 strong, I mean, we're going to need a bunch of us, you know, teaching this stuff. Right now we have, I think, 35, 40 hours a week. So, but I'm going to answer any last questions, you guys, and then we're going to get out of here. I think there's a class following us. Any last minute questions?
I got one real quick. On that, on the Craigslist listing, is that for single property only, or can we embed squeeze pages or landing pages on Craigslist?
Yeah, so what you can do is if you go to, no, it's going to be a single, you know,
Single property
yeah,
only.
because the way Craigslist is built, it's to advertise one thing, you know. Now, I think you can have a business inside of Craigslist. If you're a paying member, then that's different, because then you can run ads and stuff and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there was another way. Yeah, if you had a specific property you wanted to do, you would go to uh, the quick actions bar where lead was, and you can go post to Craigslist, and you can put an MLS number in there. So you can do a specific property like that too.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
got it. That's the same ad. You end up with the same ad as you would go in the other.
Yes.
Direct.
Yes.
Right.
And
A single property ad.
that's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't want to mess with the guts of the description of the property, because especially if it's not your listing, don't edit anything except when you get to the bottom where I would take out whatever text there is. It says, hey, for more information, da da da, Kirk Brown, text this number. I take all of that out, and I put call/text Kirk Brown and my cell phone number. That's very, very important. And I'm sorry my screen is not up, y'all, but that's what you need to do. But you have to edit the post. And that's the only thing you should be editing in that post, unless it is your listing and you wanted to change something.
Okay.
Okay. Absolutely, guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful week. I'll be here next Tuesday again. You'll be able to see this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to go check it out, make sure everything is good. But if it didn't come through, I apologize. I'm going to work on that today. I just joined Screencast-O-Matic, so it was my first time doing it. Thank y'all again.
Kirk,
yes, sir.
You did a great job. One other thing, everybody at EXP has a YouTube channel. We all get them for free, and they're provided by EXP.
Well, there you go. That's exactly right. I forgot about that. So I had a personal page up before that, so you also get the EXP page too. So and whatever you do, make sure you go and like and subscribe to the EXP page, because that's how you get the live feeds. Okay, everybody.
10 o'clock next week again, same time next week?
Absolutely. Tuesday, 10 o'clock Central Time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.